on several screens today, so we will make it work, right? So I'm actually coming to you from my smartphone as well as I do have my laptop going as well, so I can get this in multiple locations at the same time and try to get it out to people who want to see it in different spaces. So as you come on, drop my hashtag live and let me know you're there. I am also there's a space for comments, right? So you have that as well. And I'm going to try to pull up a couple of my groups because I know if you're in my courage to transition your career, because it is a private group, your comments will not be made public. So I'll pop over every so often to be sure that I'm attending to comments. So yeah, as you hop on, just let me know. So today I didn't have anything like special and grandiose planned other than just, for me to come on and say, I know this is a tough time for the year for many people. I'm excited, I'm full of gratitude, and that I got to spend my holidays with my dad. And so it's the first time I've been to Phoenix in a few years now, because he always comes back to the East Coast. And so this year we decided to come out to the West Coast, or almost to the West Coast. Arizona is close enough, right? But it's tough. We lost my mom 10 years ago. So it's still tough, right? I'm glad that I have my dad, I have my siblings, and I have my daughters, and of course my nephew was out here as well. But it's still tough, and I get that there are 330 something million people, 1,000 people that have passed away, and that totals probably to a million or so people who were affected by that loss. So it's tough. It's the tough time of the year, whether you just recently lost someone or you lost someone in the past. It's always hard. Holidays are harder, right, for many of us. I know it's been 2 years since I lost my mom, and it's still tough. I will say that I still have my moments, and I know my niece Maya lost her grandma just shortly, not that long ago. And so it's their first Christmas, first holiday season without that loved one. And again, many of you may be in that situation. So, it's a work in progress. I'll tell you that. Hey, Tammy, thanks for watching. Appreciate you joining in. When you hop on, let me know where you're joining from. Again, I'm coming to you from Arizona, from Goodyear, and I'm in Phoenix, in that area in Arizona. As you can see, I'm sitting outside. The swimming pool is back there, and my dad has a wonderful view. I don't think you can really see from here, but when I walk this direction, there are mountains right off in the distance, and when I come back, there are mountains off in the distance as well, which is pretty cool. It just makes for a really beautiful scenery. And I'm going to try that walking thing again, because I kind of started talking and overdid it. And so we've been healing, right? It's been a process. I got excited because Phoenix is flat, and it just feels really good. So I was like, okay, I may have walked a little bit too much, just a little bit, in my ankles let me know that. So we're gonna have to get back on that horse, because exercise is good for me. That's what I keep telling myself. So right. And so one of the things that I talk about today, hey Natalie, thanks for hopping on. Thanks, ladies. Those of you that are hopping on, let me know where you're hopping on from. And I am working from two different screens, so I'm going to have a couple of tabs up so I can try to see, because when I'm on the smartphone, it doesn't always show me your comments. And when I get off, I see all these comments that I couldn't see while I was on. But I will still answer your comments. And those of you who catch you on the replay, thank you, as always, for doing that. I do appreciate that. And you too can leave comments. So when you're watching the replay, just drop hashtag replay and let me know where that you caught it on replay. And then let me know your city, state, or your country where you're popping on from, right? So let me go down here and see if I can see any comments. Nope, but I got you covered, right? So definitely today I am really, if you had known me a few years ago, I used to hate like those last few days after Christmas. I used to hate those days because I was filled with so much regret of what didn't happen in the year previous and what I didn't have and how I wanted things to work out, how they didn't work out. So this year, I can actually say that I am so looking forward to 2021 with a lot of gratitude, with a lot of inspiration, and a lot of motivation. 2020 has been certainly a different year, but like they said, I'm a Generation X. So being on lockdown in my house with all my stuff, different room to hide out in, and I have my she caves and all that kind of stuff, wasn't a really big deal. There's an article you can catch it. It's on my profile page where it talks about Generation X. This is like a dream come true for us, right? We're the original latchkey kids, so we're used to having to sit at home and entertain ourselves and do all this stuff. So I can honestly say that 2020 wasn't. It was a year that was tough, and that I saw. Hey, Shell, how are you? Lachelle Williams, how are you? I know a lot of other people struggle with it. Many of you know I am a certified coach as well as a licensed therapist, and I saw my business uptick in both coaching and counseling because this year was tough for people. It's just really, really tough. A lot of people found it difficult to be in the house to social distance. And I know at some point they tried to change that social distance to physical distance, but it never quite caught on. And to be honest with you, the reason why it is tough for many people when you talk social distance is one of the basic human needs that we have is to belong and to feel a part of a group of, a family, a church, a synagogue, things like that. You're a mosque. Those are things we feel like a part of. Your fraternity, your sorority, your organizations. We join those things because as human beings, just the basic need is to be in contact and feel like you're loved and belong in a group, right? And so when you ask people to social distance and they lose that, it is really, really tough. It's just that, Generation X, we got that out of the gate. We had our little keys on our necks. Some of us did, or in our pockets. And lo and behold, if you lost that key, whoo, and we actually came home from school. We let ourselves in the house. We were supposed to do the homework and do whatever chores you had to. So we kind of get that thing, and it's not as big of a deal to some of us, as it is to others. So it really wasn't a bad year for me. I lost my cruise. That was kind of upsetting. I didn't get to go on my cruise to Spain, Italy, and Greece. That was disappointing. I have to say that it wasn't life ending, of course, but it was disappointing. There are a lot of disappointments to the year, but I'm ending this year on such a happy note, and I'm excited because again, I spent so many years regretting what didn't happen and what I planned to do and how it didn't get done. And oh my gosh, and this person is doing this, and look where my life is and what happened. I hope you guys can see the sun setting back there. It's gorgeous. I'm seeing it on my dad has a picture window right in front of me. And so as I look over to the side, I look up and there's just the sun setting in the background. It is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't expect that. I thought it had already actually set. So I guess the clouds kind of cleared up a little bit. So I'm hoping, I don't know what you can see because it is so bright. So I hope you guys can see the sun setting. It's been something that's phenomenal for me. Something that I take away from 2020 is I have really learned to just love watching the sunset. It's like everything just comes to a halt and you really sit there and you just watch nature do its thing, right? Not so for all the other years because I was busy popping, getting things done, going from here to there, and what I got to do next, jump into the next, and the next, and the next. But I do enjoy it. Now, when I was living in Alabama, on the way to my house, we passed the middle school and the high school. And so and those sit on a hill, and literally you can come around the curve, and if there are no cars coming, you can look up and see the sunset. And I used to do that there when I was in Alabama. Of course, I'm in Maryland, so I don't get to do that as much, but I love just, watching the sunset. And I also realized that part of it is that as an introvert, I need that connection with nature, and I've been fighting that pull. And except for when it comes to oceans and water, bodies of water, I love that, right? But I have learned that I am so much better as a person when I get my time in nature, when I spend my time in nature, be that hiking a little bit or watching a sunset, just walking in the neighborhood, whatever it is I'm doing, I realize that connection. If you're an introvert and you're not spending a lot of time in nature, try it out and see how, and let me know how it works for you. It's been fantastic. And that's one of the things that COVID gave me is like, I had the understanding earlier, but I really was like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, and I got to do this right. So now I'm kind of slowing down. So let me know in the comments. If you're an introvert, drop hashtag introvert. And if you're an extrovert, drop hashtag extrovert. And if you are an ambivert, that is, you have a foot in either world and you can take either, right? As it comes. So definitely, if you're an introvert and you're struggling with some things, struggling with anxiety or struggling with depression or just struggling, and I know for me, I don't like to always be around, okay, I don't like to be around large crowds of people. I'm gonna say always. Typically, I don't. As an ambivert, I've learned to do that as a necessity, but my chosen space is not to be in a crowd of people. And so for years and years and years, I didn't get that. And so I was always, want to be around people, be in a crowd, but then I would be unhappy. It's like, it's just not, something's off. And now I realize I needed my time in nature. I needed to rejuvenate. And that really does make me happy. So it's just the little things in life. And there's some parks by my house in Maryland that I can go to and just, walk to and actually get there. Not a lot of people, and that type of thing, because COVID-19, I'm high risk, so I stay away from people, right? But definitely, it is something that I've learned to appreciate this year, 2020. So what is something that you've learned to appreciate because of 2020, the year that is the pandemic? What is it that you've learned and that you're actually walking away with that you didn't expect? Again, a lot of people talk about how bad the year was, how horrible it was, but a sign of resilience is looking at tough situations and being able to find a positive or find something that will help you as you go in the future. That's how we build resilience. So, I know for me, when I lost my mom in 2010, unexpected, wasn't expecting it at all. The doctor told us she was coming home next Wednesday, and we were like, yes, she made it through. We're all happy. And then, I spoke to her Saturday night, and, she was all excited. She was, as a matter of fact, she was doing Christmas shopping. She was doing some Thanksgiving and looking on the computer, doing some Christmas shopping, and then she died that Sunday. So it was completely unexpected. Just talk about rock your world. It just rocks your world. And I understand whether it's expected or not, it still rocks your world. But certainly that did. And I didn't see anything positive coming out of that, right, at the time. But now, 10 years later, that year, my mom died September 26th, and I had been struggling for about a year or two to come up with a name for my private practice because I wanted to go into counseling as private practice. And after my mom died, I was like, it's like about a month or so, the name just came up. And so that's how I have JBC Counseling and Consulting, which is named after my mom. It's Janelle Bush Counseling and Consulting, LLC. So of all the things that happened, and as world shattering for us as it was, I have this business that I do in her honor. My mom was a nurse. She'd always been in the helping profession. Whether it was paramedic, CNA, phlebotomist, nurse, she'd always been in the helping profession. She was a teacher by nature, very kind and very giving. So, when I practice counseling, that is a reminder why I do what I do. And that was something positive that came out of that. And now my daughter, she has also, she has a business. She left corporate this year and started her own business. And she's JBC, JBC, Janelle Bush Carter, Financial Wealth Management. So now there are two things, and we both help people. She does it financially. It's a different manner in which she does it. She helps people to be financially independent, which she's helped me too, because that's how I'm going to be debt free in about 4 years. By getting on one of her programs. And that's something that you're struggling with, certainly drop a comment and just drop financial in there, and I'll put you in touch with her. It's pretty awesome what she does. we both do different things, but we help people. And so that's something that is a tribute to my mom. So that's, yeah, again, as earth shattering as it has been to lose my mom, we both found, some purpose in that. And so for those of you who have really struggled in 2020, what's the purpose that you're going to take away? What is something that you're going to take away that really inspires you, that really motivates you as you cross over into 2021? That's what it's all about. That's what building resilience is, because it's not if I go through something tough. Resilience says you're going to go through something tough, but how do you navigate that? How do you negotiate it? And how quickly can you find purpose? And I'm not saying like, it happens today, you got to find purpose tomorrow, because it actually took me a month or so after my mom passed, and for some people it can take months. But the thing is, do you do it? What do you do? How do you find that purpose? I found my purpose, and I had already found my purpose and passion, but establishing my own business has really contributed to my financial independence. And it has really allowed me to donate monies to different charities. And I typically do so in my mom's name, so her name continues to live on. And again, her death, while unexpected and certainly not wanted, I still use that, to give to charities and to help people. And it just keeps it going. And that's just my little small way of finding purpose in her death and helping me to negotiate and learn to live with her not being here anymore. So, for 2020, what's your inspiration? What do you take away from it to help you cross into 2020 and be more purposeful and more mindful, right? So that's pretty much what I have for you all today. I want to see, so my sister's coming over here to mess with me. So that's my baby sister. I love her because she actually lets me live with her. And so thank you, Kim. Now, when we're off camera, it's a different story. No, just kidding. I only got one sister, but certainly it was a blessing, and I'm happy with the one that I got. I'm very pleased with that. I have two brothers, blessed in my siblings. Sometimes I look at people with the larger families, and every once in a while I wish, there were more of us, but I'm happy with what God gave me with. So, but definitely as you cross over into 2021, this is a time to really just have that inspiration, that motivation. And hey, Letitia, how are you? Thanks for joining. We're talking about I'm just rambling up here about motivation, inspiration, and that I'm so grateful that, as I end 2020, I'm really excited and I'm so enthused to see 2021. And not because 2020 was like this horrible year. Letitia says, hey, Letitia. So Letitia is one of my coaching clients. And we are working on some things for her. So I'm excited for her as well. She's got lots of things in store and we'll be working together. So I do have a program that is coming up, and it's for the month of January, and you'll see some things out there. It's a VIP package. My dad is talking to me. He's like on the live. He's trying to figure this thing out, but I'll put some more information out there. It's a VIP program. It's a vision, inspiration, and purpose for 2020. So I'll put it out there. It's just going to be open for a few days, and it's really a great way to jumpstart your 2021. Just start off the year creating it on your own terms. And I know that a lot of us created a lot of things for 2020 that didn't come to pass, but I got so much more that I didn't expect out of 2020. And so, starting in 2021, be a VIP and go with what you want. So Sonia is watching as well. Thanks, Sonia. And I think, hopefully, trying to see here if let's see where my StreamYard thing is. Did I move my camera? I might have moved my camera. Nope. I think it's good. We're still good. So Brittany says, #live. Hey, Brittany, how are you? New Orleans, I need another trip. I need a trip to New Orleans, Brittany. The bread pudding is calling my name. So Brittany just finished up one of my group programs, and Brittany is getting married in 2022. Yes, she skipped 21. She's like, we're not even dealing with 21. We're gonna do 2022, and it should be all done. Brittany says, I've definitely been there, and this is the first year in a long time that I don't have regrets. Outstanding, Brittany. Wonderful, wonderful. Absolutely. I don't have any regrets about 2020. There are things that happened this year I totally unexpected. I'm a hypnotist now. I'm a hypnotherapist now. 2020, who knew? It was kind of sort of on my radar. Eventually I get around to it. And I actually completed another certification that I worked on for 11 years on and off. So Letitia says it looks so nice where you are. Yes, I'm in Phoenix, Letitia, and it's again, that sun is setting back there. I thought it had already set, but I guess the clouds kind of cleared up. It's been cloudy for the last 2 days. Don't we have a lot of sun out here? Not a lot of sun, but it's warm. I'm sitting outside with no jacket on, and it's very comfortable. Pretty excited about that, right? But absolutely, absolutely. So I post some information out here if you're interested in my VIP program. It's for the month of January. It's to jump off January, really hone in on your vision and your inspiration and your purpose. And so it's a number of things that we'll be doing. We'll be doing some future you visualizations. And for those of you in the group in my Courage to Transition Your Career, it is a free group for women. So if you want, I would say go ahead and join. You don't want to miss it. But I had a post out there today where you can actually write your future self a letter. I've already written 3 letters. It's wonderful. It's just a way to jumpstart and get those neural pathways set up, establishing, creating your success and creating where you want to go for 2021. So it doesn't matter whatever change comes your way. It's about being ready to prepared to handle that change, however it comes. And that's what really resilience is about. So you'll be hearing more about that in the next few days. And I am going to go because, my sister cooked this vegan soup. My daughter is vegan. I haven't had it yet, but I looked at it and said it really needs fresh cornbread. So I channel my mom and my grandmothers, and I use that cast iron skillet. Anybody out there know about cast iron skillets and cornbread? Drop cornbread in the comments, right? So that's what I did. I made some Christmas for my dressing. I was like, no, I just need the cornbread and some butter and some soup, some vegan soup, and it is time for dinner, right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, because I know I have guys that support me and you guys watch too, and I do want to acknowledge that. Thank you so much, and I appreciate everybody watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.